SEO is a marathon, not a sprint. Now, our understanding of that and our view of that is quite simply this: that SEO is an ongoing process. It's the process of continuously improving and evolving your SEO. It's not a case of a destination saying that when I'm position 1, I can stop my SEO, because the reality is that person at position 2 is going to continuously be improving their SEO to reach where you are. In order to understand SEO effectively, you need to understand that SEO forms part of the overall digital marketing approach. So first things, we need to understand the difference between inbound and outbound so that we can understand exactly where SEO fits into the entire digital marketing landscape. So what is the difference between inbound and outbound marketing? So outbound marketing is typically what we refer to as broadcast marketing. This is where you put a billboard up, you run a TV ad, you run a radio ad, and this is essentially with the intention of almost like spray and pray, where you're sending out a message and you're hoping that that message will be relevant to some of the audience. So in the example of a billboard, you put a big billboard on a busy highway with a message promoting the fact that you sell widgets, and everybody driving past that billboard is not necessarily your customer, but the hope is that a segment of that audience will find relevance in your messaging and then will reach out in the form of going to your website or contacting you via a phone call or whatever the case might be. With inbound marketing, it's more a case of this is attracting customers to you. So it's a more strategic approach. It's about building content that's relevant to that particular audience. It's also very much a case of communicating messages specific to targeted audiences. So we talk about persona marketing. It's about understanding who those personas are, what the characteristics of those personas are, and then building specific content to address that persona, to bring that persona into the marketing funnel. So with inbound marketing, what we're hoping to do is we're hoping to attract new customers, we're hoping to convert customers, we're wanting to close customers, and we're wanting to delight those customers. Outbound marketing, you're typically working with people you haven't spoken to before. What we're generally doing is we're interrupting people in the general day-to-day behavior. So if we look at some examples of inbound versus outbound, if we take something like SMS marketing, it's an interesting component because SMS can be seen as both inbound or outbound. If you're broadcasting an SMS message to a whole database of people with the same offering to every single person, then that can be seen as broadcast messaging because there's no targeting, it's not segmented, it's not relevant. You're just hoping that by sending out that mass message, mass SMS or mass email, you're going to get some of those customers to convert and turn into customers. Whereas with inbound marketing, if you used SMS as an inbound marketing tool, you would then segment that audience into specific segments, then create a unique offering in terms of what the users are looking for, and then the value that you would promote to them through a push message, either SMS or email, would then be specifically targeted to that individual with an intention to generate higher conversions.